Maybe I'll show you how to see what's being played. Holy moly. Okay, we have Thresh, Lysandra, Zac, Ashe, Malphite versus Kha'Zix, Vayne, Lulu, Illaoi, Ahri. Like, none of these are meta. Where is my meta? Apart from I think Ashe has got like silly win rate right now. Not that I ever see her played.
Yeah, Zac is getting more popular these days, though.
Yeah, he is actually. Interesting, we only have 4 Thunderlords. What is your opinion on this, Raiden?
They're doing it wrong. I feel like they should all have Thunderlords.
I don't see 10.
No, dude.
Something weird has happened.
Maybe Alawi is okay to not have Thunder. No, you know what? Never mind. She could proc that shit.
I think top
Cheechin,
laners.
Cheechin could definitely proc that Thunderlord. And Malphite too.
Yeah, having tanky top laners taking Grasp of the Undying makes sense.
What's the one that Zac has?
That's Strength for the Ages. He gains max health every time he kills a large minion or cannon.
Oh, that actually kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, it makes sense on tanky junglers. I'm not sure about Warlords on Ashe. I haven't seen Warlords in a long time.
What does Vayne have?
Feather for Battle.
Okay.
Plus ADs.
This is interesting. Alright, they loaded in. Sweet.
It looks like we have Lulu support. Ahri mid.
But I couldn't keep him down.
Just fiddling with some settings on TeamSpeak.
I've been feeling we're putting people in the right order.
Welcome to Summoner's
I'm really not
Rift.
used to this. Like the overlay that Hobbit made has got like my HUD is so gigantic.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alright, so there's a level 1 fight going down.
That was interesting, I guess.
Red side did considerably a lot more damage. I think they really came out ahead.
If just like started Q, we maybe could have like slowed less Ben Flash. Yeah, Lysandra's pretty bad level 1. You're really gonna put yourself in a position where you can get caught. Jungler's doing standard things. Whoops.
Yeah, this doesn't look too different. Now the thing that I would like to note though is that the 80 carry bot lanes, especially on blue side, they should after helping they should go over and do the typical like the Korean minion block tactic, if you know what I'm talking about, where they continually push the minions back until one of them reaches up front and just dies instantly.
Yeah, it's like actual creep block, isn't it?
Yeah, you can actually creep block your own minions.
Like Smithy right now is like top of being kind of AFK. You should be helping shove that lane. Like, you gotta help shove the lane as a support. The support should basically be permanently all attacking at level 1. Because level 2 is like the be all and end all of like laning. Like rule 1 of lane is hit level 2 before your opponent.
Yeah, it does feel like this is a top fight right now. This is actually really good for a top fight. You know, when you get pulled by a Maui like that, you gotta just either all in if you can, or you just run away. Like, but I don't know, running away is pretty risky though. Like most of the time, pretty much, you just have to all-in fight her. Oh, I'm gonna pause.
Oh yes. Classic Mentored Inhouses. 3-minute pause.
Downside up's cat.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
it's just-
early game it doesn't really matter if Alawi pulls you really too much. It depends on who you're playing, and like for a Malphite, it's kind of just like a wet noodle fight because they're both like start Doran Shield. So like there's just never going to be that aggro on each other. Like no one's going to really put down a lot of hurt.
Yeah, that's true, especially since Malphite, yeah, like you said, Malphite has Grasp of the Undying. It's like he wants to go for that all in actually, because he gets more health out of it.
Yeah. I feel like Malphite probably should have started Corrupting Potion in this matchup because there's gonna be a lot of trading. And the issue with Malphite early game is once you're out of mana, you are so incredibly like screwed. I think Alawi just has like way less mana costs than Malphite does, so.
Pause nonsense happens every game, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Hey, how's it going?
We got special guest Shitter John in here right now.
Oh, shitlord John, right here, boys.
What are your thoughts about the Kha'Zix's red health flashing in the pause screen right now?
I'm a little concerned for him, actually. Kha'Zix shouldn't even be close to that low in the jungle. I'm also concerned that he took a refillable potion.
He started Hunter's Talisman.
Yeah, he did.
Is
Hunter's
that
Talisman's actually,
normal?
Hunter's Talisman's actually the better item start on Kha'Zix and jungle
is?
now.
How about like other champions though? Like, do you think Hunter's Talisman works better on?
It works on some champions, and Machete works better on others. Machete works better on champions that have like high auto attack speed and auto attack resets. And Hunter's Talisman works better on champions like Kha'Zix that are completely ability based.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you don't have Hunter's Talisman and you're like mana intensive, like you just go home.
So like champions like a Mumu, like tanks in the jungle,
Exactly.
or like so like that kind of junglers you would go like the Hunter's Talisman.
I'll bet fucking fix this fucking thing. I want a smaller HUD.
People starting to get back into the game.
Alright.
Oh yeah, my HUD's a lot smaller. That's weird.
Oh, I had to make the HUD fit the overlay. Because my HUD was like half the size of this before.
Yo, Seaal, you know what would be better for this stream? You add some small little K-pop in the background.
Holy
Get
shit.
that bubble pop Huna going on.
Get
you know?
some girls' generation going.
You got a good song.
This top lane's really weird though. Like the wave control on both sides is awful.
I'm gonna play this.
Wonder if it's a song about seals.
I love to club them. Hashtag Canada strong.
Anyway, game's back on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh.
I feel like Uber should have just like thrown a charm on. You trade mana for health, pretty wet.
If Candy flashed on him right now, she could kill him.
Yeah, she could just like EQW.
She can flash, WQ, ignite.
Yeah, it's kinda not gonna happen now.
Oh, this is not good. Yeah, Uber's going for it. Oh, but I think they're both gonna go down.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Oh, wow.
She didn't ignite.
Didn't ignite.
Gonna react faster in that situation. She didn't ignite
I
all
thought
flash.
the tower was still hitting her because, you know, directed camera trolled me a little bit and then moved to the top lane and like, this fight's over. It's like, guys, I'm not done looking at this thing yet.
The Malphite Doran shield start is really weird.
Yeah, I think I said that before you come in here, like his mana sustain is gonna be like so bad.
Yeah. Everyone knows that Malphite is crippled with mana issues.
Oh, Smurfy Fufu. Doing a pretty good job earlier right there when Chichin and him split
This,
Fiesta with the
I don't know, I
Belly
haven't really
creeps.
seen him do anything as Thresh. It's like, he's not playing Thresh, really. It's like he's playing a passive support.
He's like playing like a Soraka would play, except he's not
Exactly.
Soraka.
Or a Janna, like, and Janna can be passive or aggressive.
He used to be Sid like here. If he was in the bomb brush, like he could
Like, he's
basically
behind
zone them.
being
Yeah.
scary.
I don't know why
Yeah.
he's so I'll have this letting his thing get crushed.
Alright, this could be interesting.
I don't think he should have done that. Either he should have just let the thing die and just again be like whatever, or he should have yeah, or he should have all-in fought her again, like he did earlier. Well, I don't think all-in fighting her was a bit of a choice because there's too many minions. But he definitely shouldn't have let these tentacles keep spawning on him.
Yeah. I wish Paho would kill some tentacles. I've got like permanent Alawi sound bug. Oh shit, I just missed that. Let's watch that again.
Oh, Smurfy Fufu going in. Alright, the play was missed. The hook was missed. It's fine. Adding the pressure is what you really need. You need to make yourself threatening. Oh, there we go. There we go. Where's the lantern? Throw the lantern back to the AD carry.
You know, I'm really concerned about this mid lane though.
Yeah.
Candy had several chances to just flat out win the lane early on and didn't take any of them.
I think she's really far behind that. Ari's obnoxious when she's ahead.
No, I mean even at like the level 3 fight, like Candy could have flat out won that if she had flashed on Ari.
Yeah, she's playing like too defensively. You gotta be like she's not being very proactive. Not trying to win the lane.
I don't think she knows how much burst Lysandra can actually put out. Like, the WEQ combo actually does a lot. So you do that.
Jesus, Ray getting smacked up here. The power. The downs are going gank. Oh my gosh, the knockups. Oh! That was really good. He did a nice turnaround right there and got his 2 tentacles to smack Malphite.
I think it's hard to say because I can't see what Malphite sees. I feel like he should have like not been hit by those. He just kind of stood there. There wasn't really any reaction.
Oh, here we go. Lane probably could have killed him right there.
Yeah, he should have gone like harm.
Yeah. That definitely would have been. That definitely was a free kill.
Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. I'm surprised that Peach is actually heading CS. With how little presence the Thresh has had, obviously.
I think that's more because like Rake has like a huge ass minion wave right now. And he hasn't been able to farm it.
It's a
Yeah.
lot, though.
Yeah, it's pretty much puts him back up to even.
Yeah. Kendi, you gotta when you're fighting against the Ahri, you can't be
Ari's
moving
like
on this
completely
side
out
of
of mana. Like she should be going in right now. Right now, go. Just go in and all in her. Like
He keeps misjudging how much attack speed he has and missing creeps because of it.
Same player problems. I think you're at late game already.
Alright, not already Morello, Nomicon, and Ari, that's goddamn.
yeah, this is scary, Ari. This list needs to go straight Abyssal Scepter. I mean, maybe you can go Aurora, but like, feels too slow at this point. Like, you're already too
I'm
far
actually
behind.
expecting her to probably go Chalice. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
That was sad to watch.
She keeps using like escape to try and like farm the wave. Well, not even farm the wave, just do damage to the wave. She really needs to save that, because when you're behind against a super mobile champion like Arya, like you need to keep your mobility.
why hasn't she ever used ult on herself yet?
She's only. That was like the first opportunity.
Teacher, what are you doing? Grab the lantern!
Dying. Not.
Oh crap, how the fuck did you live that down?
Oh, he is dead. Murphy, don't do it. She was life.
Oh, that was messy.
Vayne not blowing the heal to save
Dude.
Kha'Zix. What a greedy play.
Look how
Dude,
they
Thresh,
shouldn't have
Thresh
done that.
problems 101 though. Throw your lantern for 80 carry. Your 80 carry completely ignores it.
Chichin, the problem is Chichin realized he was out of position and went full panic mode. In that situation, you gotta stay very calm and just like actually look at your situation and your surroundings. So you see the London, you actually just don't die.
He didn't have, yeah, if he had grabbed the lantern, he would have had flash available.
Yeah.
He got so scared by the Vayne and taking a few auto attacks that instead of moving him to grab the lantern off, he's like, I should run from a Vayne who has passive that she is like a madman.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where Malphite should not be all-inning, even when his when he's his like little shadow thing is grabbed.
Yeah, he just
I mean,
walks
he's at
away.
like 200 HP.
The thing about the shadow thing is it never kills you by itself. Because it always takes your current HP. So if you've got 100 HP, you know, it can only deal like 50 damage to you or whatever the percentage is. It can never kill you by itself. So you should always just run away. If you're really low, you should just run away from
Go
it.
in, Rassandra. Okay, we're not. That was a good chance to all-in, especially since the Ari. Oh, here you go, there's the all-in.
Oh, there it is. There's the turnaround.
I think that should be enough.
Nope. There it is.
No, he should have definitely went in earlier because
So he definitely should have, yeah. But like
but
the
the
thing
charm
is,
was down, the
after
charm
a
was
certain
down.
amount of points, Ari can't fight the Sun. After a certain amount of time, I should say.
yeah.
Because Lasan can get all of Ari's mobility and kills her.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The dragon's gonna kill you, dude. No.
Oh, Zach's trying to find him?
Don't fight the cause, it's isolated.
Kazi should have kept going.
I don't think Kha'Zix had the jump. Oh, here comes Malphite.
You know, the fact that the lane's frozen there and Keisha can't move up, but didn't go up to help, is also an interesting call. He never even moved up towards the Thresher's attack, despite the lane being frozen in the middle and he can't advance on the Vayne. He effectively sat out of XP range doing nothing, instead of at least trying to contribute.
They took a while to decide to do that.
Oh, it was very ham.
Oh, I think it's gonna pay off. That was good.
Oh, that was good. No. We froze now, boys.
The allow quadra.
Did they have arrows?
Oh, it's bad. Here comes the quad. Nope.
Are doing a really good job though of roaming right in.
Yeah, that was some brutal cleanup. I really feel like Blue Team like that was just a complete lack of communication. Like you had like Malphite go in and then Zach go in and then like they were so uncoordinated.
They're obviously tilted.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Kill her, Kenny. Kill her.
Yeah.
She's
Can I
dead.
regular
I'll
Kenny?
play her.
Red team has slain the dragon.
She really doesn't see all the opportunities she's had to kill this Ari.
Blue team's turret has been
She's like
destroyed.
super defensive. She's basically just like not trying to win, she's trying to not lose. Which is like the complete backwards way of going about things. If you go with the mindset of not losing, like you'll just be passive and you'll lose, like you'll just get LCS. Which is exactly what happened in this lane. Doesn't matter if the person you're playing against is like fucking challenger, like you gotta play the exact same way every time. You gotta play to win. Like win your lane. Like be positive, be proactive. Don't try and be reactive.
Seal's inspirational speech 2016.
Yeah, but like
have a
if you
dream.
don't do that, like a good player just punishes you. Like they'll just zone you. Because you'll let them zone you, because you're too scared.
Do you have a dream, Seal?
I have a dream, dude. I have a dream that this in-house will finish in less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, that dream's not happening.
Jesus Christ. Fucking savages.
What? Gotta be honest.
Dude, I've seen better combats than 13 and 3, 7k gold down at 15 minutes. Sure they'll throw a Baron or whatever.
Alright, Downside did the jump, but he
No,
didn't go through the wall.
I'm calling it right now. Well, someone on red team is gonna get massively overconfident, either Vayne or Ari, and caught out successful by a thresh hook and dash at 45 minutes.
You think this game's gonna get to 45 minutes?
I do, yeah. They always do.
It's because every time someone gets an ace, like 4 players will recall and buy an item. And then take dragon, instead of like winning.
Because, you know, they need those dragons.
Chichen's getting the clock for though.
Uh-oh. Getting dick.
Okay, that was a little too far where you got the kill and then you went like way too down.
Okay,
Yeah, that
well,
was way too far.
Lordy. Go fight him, dude. Fight him.
Like,
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That Kaze shouldn't have got the kill. He panicked.
Alright, if Smurfy was okay, if they understood allowing mechanics, they would have Thresh just auto attack once and then let Malphite, you know.
they changed
Doesn't
it.
even matter, dude. Like, Malphite can auto and then Thresh can.
From Malphite die, anyone on the team can kill him around him now, and it'll count.
Oh really?
Yeah, they changed it.
He has that auto then within like the past like 5 seconds.
There we go.
The hook is down though, so I don't think they're gonna do anything here.
I'll be packing some pretty serious damage. Yeah, the Kaze screwed up that kill because he didn't wait
Oh my god.
until the guy was in isolation.
Guys. That's cocky.
That's the beginning of a throw. When you're ahead, you never buy Magi's. Ever.
Don't you mean the same thing when Ari fucking went in for the more kills and then just got frozen in place?
Yep. That's what I was
Could've
saying
just-
about, like, after a
Could've just
certain
ulted
point.
away.
That's what I was saying, after a certain point, Lasandra completely negates Ari's presence, like whatsoever. Like, why ult yourself as Lasandra when you can literally shut down their main source of damage, like, and their mobility and just kill them?
You have a better team. They have Malphite and
Oh, their team
Lasandra
concept is
AoE.
superior. The issue is they're so behind right now.
I think they have a good chance of bringing it back. If they get good Ashe initiates, you have such a strong wombo. They could delete this Ari before she even could even do anything.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know what idea.
He's fine, he has passive.
Hit it, hit it.
Oh, there we go.
Hello team.
Oh, he says ulti. Oh, that was a really good turnaround. That was not good.
Oh, this is good, this is good, this is good.
The triple kill. Oh, 3 for 0.
3 for 1.
Oh yeah. Why no one didn't really like help?
Oh, this is
Come on, they double up this shit.
Look what they did.
1v5. Yeah, red team really needs to like group up. Because if they do that again, like blue team are gonna be ahead.
Yeah.
The only thing that they got kind of lucky is that the blue team didn't take any objectives.
The gold lead just like closed by what, 2,000?
Yeah, they got like big shutdowns.
Yeah.
Ares Magi's will have like 1 stack or something. I don't see how many stacks it has.
I don't think it even has a stack.
0 stacks.
So pretty much right now, Ari's like the one flaw that
Ari is
that Ari has
right now.
is like he's good. He's pretty decent mechanically and knows what he's doing on the champion. He just like doesn't know when to like walk backwards.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like double it, where like the missile is just fired and it just keeps going forward.
The only direction is forward.
Well, once you know, quit while you're ahead.
Yeah. There's no need to take the gambles that that it was taking, because like once your cooldowns are not up yet, you know, like you just use your full rotation, and you have one more, and then like most Ari players once they have the full rotation like gone, they have one more ulti to just walk away and use. Like that's usually when they just use it to pull out.
Yeah. Who tends to jail to go dragon here? I mean, they're gonna trade top turret. That boy's like staying. I think I just kill him.
Oh lord, and here it comes.
Yeah, here it is.
Combat is real, boys. 50-minute
They
game.
must,
I'm
the
telling
strength
you,
of the team comp.
I told you it was going to be a 45-minute game all along.
Alright, they should dive him right like after this tower goes down. Such an easy kill.
Yeah, but I just
Honestly, yeah, he should have just given
just
up that
left.
tower.
he lost the turret anyway, so like there was nothing gained.
If he had
Should have
left-
especially.
If he had have actually left and rotated mid and dove those 3 mid, forcing the 5v3.
Yeah, he has a lot of armor. He can tank that turret for like forever.
That would have been a massive swing right there. Tower for 3 kills and tower for P, definitely.
Yeah, even though Smurfy's like didn't really do anything in lane, like he's been really impressive at catching people out with hooks. He's pretty much the reason why blue team get like back in.
Well, it hasn't so much been a hooks, it's been actually fucking flash flays.
Well, he had a good hook on the Ari, so go ahead.
But he's actually able to hit the flays in the correct direction, though. That's something even I fuck up. But I'm a terrible Thresh, right? Like, I tried to play him for like 2 months straight, and I could never get the play right.
You flash and you play a 90 Grango.
Yeah, and I'd play them away, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I did this again.
I feel like there should be more red pink boards on the map. There aren't enough. One's a
only have,
defensive
like, one?
pink board. Yeah, only one is a defensive pink board. But here we thought we were showing us thing. We have 2 wards. We have 2 wards.
Red team double kill. Yeah, that's not good.
It was like the Zane go ham in this fight.
Okay,
I
that
need to rewatch this.
was bad.
Yeah, I want to rewatch that as well. That was like the biggest close to him.
I think it might have happened in like 22 minutes.
22, 50. That's not any good.
Yeah, they completely ignored me.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Thinking about what I said though. 45-minute game.
Reveal what is hidden.
I got some casual ARM going on right now. A lot of almost has to have a lot. You see, that's the power of the blue team comp.
What? And they can catch someone out and murder them?
Yeah, and they just absolutely will just blow them up without anything they can do anything about it. That's why red team need to stay group.
That Magi's buy is really hurting Ari. Should have gone
Yeah.
Saunders.
I said the biggest problem is they're not grouping. Like, whenever you play against an Ashe and you're ahead, you group up because the way they get back into the game is through arrows. Especially against this comp, you've got arrows, you've got Malphite ult, you've got Lissandra combo, you've got even Zap. Like, they're all like incredible pick champions. But you know what? You can't pick a team who's grouped as 5. It doesn't, like, you know, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Prime example was the fight before this one where they like caught Ari and Ari died and then Vayne cleaned up.
Yeah, in that fight actually, what I noticed was, so Thresh, I think Thresh was trying to hook around Illaoi. He ended up hooking Illaoi. Like what he wanted to do was he wanted to hook the Ari. If he had just moved a little bit, since Downside had already knocked him into the air, he could have hooked Ari instantaneously, grabbed him into the team, and then they would have, and then Lissandra could have gotten like an easy ultimate off on that, and Uber would have died without doing any damage whatsoever.
Yeah.
Also, Thresh popped his ultimate in that fight, and it did nothing. Because all Illaoi did was stand in the center and fight everybody. So Thresh's ulti was also not used well. Right now, Uber is doing really well with the whole poking and everything. He needs to not just go in hard like the way he's been doing or getting caught, you know? For
Yeah.
red team to work, they need to poke. They need to utilize Ari's poke and Lulu's poke, and I guess to an extent Kha'Zix poke, because with that they can chunk them the health down. Oh, I guess the fight's starting. Vayne is still pushing so this is not good. They should just leave Oh, what the hell? They're actually slightly winning.
It's because Illaoi got a 5-man ult.
Holy shit, they just won a 4v5. What the fuck?
Yeah, Illaoi 5-man ult, dude.
Blue team's turret.
Illaoi hits a 5-man ult and they all stand in it, then like you get absolutely destroyed. I think Blue team had the right idea, but they just clump so hard.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
They didn't even kill
They
anyone.
definitely had the right idea.
That's probably gonna be the game answer.
I don't think Illaoi hit a 5-man ult. I think lot of hit like a 2 or 3 man. There's just everyone clumped up and got smacked to death by fucking every fucking what do you call it? Tentacle.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't wrong, but I don't know.
It was a good all. It was not a 5-man, but it was like a 2-man.
Yeah.
And then like because they clumped next to walls and stuff, like took a huge brunt of damage. And not only that, Lissandra actually used ulti on herself to put her out of the fight, but like saved her basically, and it did AoE damage with the.
Yeah, I'm with Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a surprising turnaround.
Yeah, and also, take a note, Ari. Lissandra had Zanya's, which saved her life slightly.
Yeah, Ari really needed Zonya's. She had QSS, which is good against, I guess, quite a lot of that team.
That's end game, right? Oh no, what the hell?
Oh, you must be a bit behind. It has ended, yeah.
Oh my lord, Gist. You're gonna die. What the fuck? You didn't die. Okay, you died. Hey man. 30-minute game, dude. You got your wish.
Looks
Oh,
like
it was
you
a
did.
30-minute
Holy
game.
shit, I'm surprised that went so fast.
This in-house back. Still gets what he wants. GG.
Alright, so next one is going to be our hour-long game, right?
Next one's, yeah, probably like 2 hours.
Alright, perfect. That's what we need.
It's okay, dude. Echo Fox and Renegades are playing. That shit popped up on my thing.
I disabled that. I found it annoying. Anyway, I should probably head back up.
Of course.
Game because my team just went in one
User
after
joined your
one,
channel.
and the support just wouldn't save them, so I was just screaming at Gist non-stop all game.
I'm not Soraka. Soraka's banned.
You
I
know,
think we
Excuses,
tilted on
excuses. That's all I'm hearing.
I'm tilted because the only time I buy Majai's, I just get CC'd every single fight.
We'll have a comment on that later.
Maybe I should have had my Jais be one of the bingo squares.
User left your
User
joined your channel. Yeah, hey, I was testing it out, you know what I mean? You gotta test everything.
He's gonna get fussed at getting QS.
I can say the testing was not successful.
That's how science works.
I already got that.
I can't believe you actually bought it when I told you to.
User joined your channel. Well, no, normally I would have bought QSS. I was just gonna buy it after.
Alright, now that our instructors are back, please let them begin feedback.
Okay, where do we want to start?
You definitely want to start balling.
Top to bottom.
Shut your mouth, Gist.
Hey, Raiden, why don't you do the honor of your catchphrase here?
You're all fucking shit.
Thank you. Now,
End of discussion.
Now we can begin.
Next game.
That's the starting point.
Let the cutting begin.
I guess we should talk. I want to say do mid lane first.
Go for it.
Okay, Seaal. I know you had a lot of things to say.
Yeah. I'll deal with Candy. You guys can deal with Uber. Candy, from watching you play, it very much feels like you are playing the I don't want to lose this lane game. Which translates to I'm going to be very passive, never ever attempt to make a play by myself, and because of this I'm going to zone myself, lose out on CS, get put behind, never shove, always be under my turret, lose CS because I'm under my turret, and just in general have a bad time. Like, you need to be more proactive in your lane. You've got to go into lane to win. You can't play a lane to lose. Like, that's all you're doing. You're basically saying is I don't want to win lane, so I'm losing lane. Because any good player will take advantage of the fact that you're being passive. They're going to shove you into turret. And now you're going to try and last hit perfectly into turret to keep up with their CS because you're not pressuring them. And, you know, that gives Ari, an extremely good roaming champion, plenty of opportunities to roam around the map, pick up kills, get assists, make plays for the team. Just in general, like, you know, the first time you killed Ari, right? Thresh came in and basically did nothing. It was like 95% you, and you were already behind at that point. If you'd have done that like way earlier in the game, like, you know, you could have had a lot more success in that lane. Like, there was a lot of opportunities where Uber was on half health, and you're on half health at level 3. Like, you know, you can go in and try and make an outplay. Alright, this is why we're here. We're not here to sit on our laurels and, you know, play on autopilot. If you fucking go in, eat in, flash his charm, you know, WQ auto ignite, like, you're gonna kill him. Easy peasy. And if you E in and he challenges you in the face and he Qs you and ignites you, you're gonna die. In both situations, you're learning more about the limits of your champion. You're learning more about predicting abilities. You're learning more about outplaying things with flash and the way you move, etc. But if you never take those opportunities, you'll never put yourself in the situations you need to be in to push your mechanics and become a better player.
Mind if I cut in?
Sure.
Alright. Especially going around the level 3 area, there was actually a point where Uber threw out a charm that missed you. You're both at about, I think it was half health or a third health. You could have actually flashed onto him, used your W, Q'd him, thrown your E and ignited, and you would have insta-killed him. Like, you had a really open opportunity. It feels like you're not taking, like, pretty much keeping track of what spells your lane opponent had used at any point. And as such, you played as if they had everything up consistently. When they blow spells and have cooldowns, you need to you need to pressure them and apply pressure because they don't have the ability to fight back at that point.
Very true. Yeah, that's the other thing that kind of like was letting you down is that you weren't seeking opportunities and you weren't considering resources. Like, League in the end of it is a game of resources. There was one time where Uber was like completely out of mana and you had your full cooldowns up, but you were on half health. It's like, you tell me how much damage a 0 mana Ari does. Like, not enough to kill you from half HP. Like, that doesn't happen. And you could have like just wiped him, because he has no way to ult, he has no way to charm you. He can flash, but you have double gap closes on him. You have your E, which is like long as fuck, and you also have flash. You know, you have consistent, basically almost perma-slow. So yeah, like, my advice in general would be attempt to make more plays, be proactive, try and win your lane. Even if you lose harder, it's better to lose harder trying to win than it is to lose less by letting your opponent win for free. And the other thing is to try and look for these opportunities, you know, to outplay your opponent. Look for their cooldowns. If they blow flash, you know they haven't got flash for the next 5 minutes, and you do, you can use that to make an outplay. You know, if they waste charm, that means you've got about 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds to make an outplay. If she wastes ult for free, you know, that's 60 seconds where you can make an outplay. It's all about measuring up what you have versus what your opponent has and using that to your advantage.
Can I interject briefly?
Yeah, you've got like 30 seconds. We're moving on to Uber.
Okay. The problem I had with Candy's early game is, if you are in mid lane, there are two main objectives, two things you want to try to do in early game. You want to try to push the lane to just like throw an ability to hit a bunch of minions, and you also want to hit your opponent. Candy, your positioning was perfect to allow Ari to throw one Q right through all of your minions and you repeatedly in the early game. And that's what put you out of your two potions in like the first two levels. And eventually resulted in you giving up the first death in that lane is just you would have been safer by positioning further up in the lane and then position off to the side so that instead of in between you and Ari there are your minions, you'd want Ari's minions to be there. So you can throw a Q through that to hit her as you back up if she tries moving at you. Otherwise you just applying more pressure. That's just one of those general things with just about every mid laner with an AoE ability. That's all I got.
Alright, let's move on to Uber then. Raiden, I'm pretty sure you have stuff to say.
Okay. Uber, there's no doubt your Ari is your best champion, and by that I mean like you have the mechanics down. For most part, you have her mechanics down. You have her what to do in laning phase down. The problem I fucking felt like was I said this earlier, but I felt like you were a guy. You were a missile. You only knew how to go forward. Like instead of being like water where you flow in different directions. Like all you would do is you got the kill. There was like multiple times where you got a kill, right? And you had this mage eyes already. You had your third ult stack still up, but all your cooldowns were gone. You could have just ulted back out and then just walked away with the free 2 stacks and a kill in your pocket. Instead, you went even harder into the paint with your ultimate. You threw out a Q. You got blasted by Candy with her ulti, and then downside was there, and then you just died. So many times this game, all you were doing was just going forward into fights. You would get caught, you would miss position. There were some outplays that you made. Those were great, like I'm not going to take anything away from you. But you need to play smarter. You need to play in a way that makes it so you minimize your deaths, but you maximize your kills. You were doing really well with everything like poking down the enemy. Like that's literally a lot of the reasons why your team was winning fights too, when certain fights they shouldn't have, I felt. Because you would throw Q out. There was one point where in the mid lane you threw a Q out, it hit 3 people, and it chunked them for like a third of their health. And they stayed in lane, they initiated a fight, you guys were 4v5, and you guys still ended up winning. Granted, Alawi ulti was also, they stood in Alawi ulti, and that's a different story that we'll talk about. But I'm saying, you need to be smarter with your damage with her. It just feels like you're slightly lost when it comes to late game of what to really do with her. Because she's a pick champion. She's not one of those like I'm an AO. Your ulti is not used to AOE. You're not an Amumu. You don't ult everybody, and you're like, hey, I did a great job. Your ulti is used to scurry around like the outskirts of a fight, so that you can reposition quickly to throw Qs. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate in like 1 minute the whole maximizing your kills while minimizing your deaths, because a 12-0 Ari is carries, and a 12-6 Ari is giving away 4 shutdowns and has a big chance to lose the game, especially when you buy Magi's. Like, holy shit, when you're ahead, don't buy Magi's. Like, you already have more gold than your opponent. Why are you wasting gold on not stats? Not stats don't win you the game, stats win you the game. Buy real items. Yeah, the Zanyas would have been pretty useful. I mean, QSS is definitely not bad, but Zanyas gives you that lifeline to, stop Zac. Like, QSS doesn't do shit against the Zac Malphite initiation, whereas Zanyas does. If you Zanyas a Malphite ult, like, that's like hella big. But moving on. What should we do next? Cough, bot, cough, top lane. I kinda wanna do bot. Smurfy, I have a question to pose to you. And that is, which part of the game do you feel like you were lacking most in?
Probably most of them. I don't know.
What
Most
part
of the
of
game.
that game? Okay, well, be more specific. What was your worst part? Where did you suck most?
I guess laning phase.
Why? What part of
'Cause
laning phase was bad?
basically, like the whole laning phase, I couldn't land anything and couldn't, get Keichin snowballing. So yeah.
Now answer this question. How do you land a hook when you're stood 400 units behind the Ash? How do you land a hook on Vayne when you're 400 units behind Ash? Is that possible?
No.
Right, you spent a lot of that lane stood very far behind your AD carry. Super fucking passive. Like, holy moly passive. Like, I gotta link the Afro video. Raiden, can you go find the Afro video and video and link it? Like, the Afro video has to come out. You have to understand what you need to do for your AD carry. And basically the whole premise is if you walk forward, the Lulu and Vayne are gonna walk away because they're under threat of getting flayed or hooked, etc. If you walk forward, right, your Ashe now gets to CS for absolutely free because they can't harass him because you're in the way. You're creating this zone of pressure, And inside your zone of pressure, like, they're not gonna enter that zone to harass Ashe. They might harass you, that's a different story. Like, but you're doing what you need to do to get your AD carry ahead. First thing you need to do, like, basically, as any hook champion, you just sit in that brush, sit in bot lane brush. Just spend your life in bot lane brush. Like, that's rule 1. If you're in a brush, like, they can't see you, they are scared of you. They are very afraid of that brush. If they want that brush, fine, then you don't need to be so sat on the brush. But if the brush is not wanting, sit in it. What are they gonna do? What's Lulu gonna do? She's gonna come in range for a Q, then you're gonna hook her, and then you're gonna kill her. As soon as you walk into that, like, you could literally, like, do this. If you watch, right, stand behind your, like, play a game, play support, play Thresh, stand behind your AD carry. And stand behind your AD carry for 10 seconds and look at what your opponents are doing. They'll move up. The enemy support will move past their caster minions. They'll start harassing your AD carry. Your AD carry will probably have to fall back and get zoned. He'll miss CS, right? Now, move from being behind your AD carry to sat in the bottom brush. You watch and pop out every now and then. You watch what your opponents do. Your opponents, you can guarantee, the enemy support is probably going to be in the brush or they'll be behind their caster minions because they don't want to get hooked. Yeah? The enemy AD carry, they're no longer harassing your AD carry ever. Like, you'll see that. If you want to that brush, your AD carry's not getting harassed anymore, unless they're fucking stood in a stupid position. If they're stood in a sensible position, they're not getting harassed. Okay? Now your AD carry's getting CS for free. No harass, no anything. And you're in a position to make plays. I just want to stress, that's the thing I really want to stress for you, is positioning during lane was what let you down for lane. You can't make plays if you stood behind your AD carry. Anyone else got, like, anything else to add in, like, 1 minute?
About all I really noticed on Thresh is that I didn't see any good lanterns. Like the
there
early
was
gank
a really
by...
good lantern that Keichin didn't take.
Oh, there is that one.
When they're running away.
But like that early
mention
gank by Zac, I would have felt much better if instead of Zac E'ing over the wall and not landing on Vayne, if instead we like lantern flash flay
He didn't
hooks.
want a lantern.
I didn't want the lantern because I didn't want to telegraph the gank coming in.
Lantern flash flay hook is not very telegraphed. That would have allowed you to use a point blank E for a knockup, which I believe would have killed Vayne.
I guess we'll move on to a different member of bot lane. Does anyone else want to pick up on someone?
Let's do Rake since he's so like. He just so wants to get his anus pummeled into the snow.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm ready, dude. No lube.
Into the
Just
snow.
go
You
right
guys
in,
like
dude.
skipped over Jist completely if you were doing support first.
We'll come back to just. We're just
I
doing
was-
bot line.
I don't know.
Fuck just is fucking shitter, dude. Yo, Rake, you suck massive cock, okay? Like you're fucking vain. Holy shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding. Some of it was pretty good. Anyways, like I like the way like you condemn Chichin, but I mean
I don't know
Chichin kinda,
what he was doing.
I mean yeah, Chichin was kind of just like that girl in the club who fucking takes like
The dick?
no, like
Oh.
she takes like was it roofies? Like she takes roofies willingly and then just like stands there with her legs spread open in the fucking like, you know, like it's just like
Think
you're
of
just
a night
asking,
of
you're just
duress
asking to get
first.
fucking vein smashed into the fucking like wall if you're just walking
Please,
in there.
please don't molest me, senpai.
My
Like
first time.
holy shit, dude, like you got so many free E's, but then like for some reason like there was one like you didn't take there was a free fucking kill and like Thresh was moving up, but like Thresh has been missing hooks all game. Like
Yeah.
I would pretty much like bet that he like at this point I would just bet that he would miss it point blank anyways, and you
I
have a
was
tumble.
2v1 and I got scared.
So you should have just like went for the kill, dude. You would have murdered him, dude. You
I
need like one
know.
or two more auto attacks. You little
know.
pussy. Just
I
fucking
know,
go.
I know.
You're playing Vayne. You're the fucking main character of this game, okay? You're the main character of this anime TV show. You're not gonna die, okay? You're gonna go in, you're gonna get the fucking kill, you're gonna stick your silver bolts up Chichin's ass, and you're gonna get it. Okay? No fucking backing down. That's right, that's my inspirational speech to you.
Thank you.
Right. What I would say is that you really need to go play games and make CS your focus. So you were in a zero pressure lane. Like, you had 212 CS at 29 minutes as the best in the game. And that is absolutely terrible for a person who had a free lane for the entire fucking game. Like, that should have been 250. You missed out on 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold. Is, you know, and that in a closer game is a lot of money. That is worth what Dragon used to be worth. You know, 1,000 gold. Because you've down 50 CS for no reason. Chichin was ahead in CS of you early game, even though you were shoving him under turret. Like, that doesn't make any sense. How are you shoving him under turret and getting further behind in CS while he has to battle with the turret to CS, and you just have to right click on minions, like, with nothing to stop you getting it? Like, AD carry 101, number 1 of 101 in AD carry is farm. If you can't farm, like, forget playing a hyperscaling champion like Vayne. You're never going to be a good Vayne. Because, you know, when it matters, when you're not ahead, when you need to make that comeback, CS is the reason. CS is the main thing that is going to get you into a position to carry a game. It's the reliable way. You know, winning lanes comes and goes. As a Vayne, you're very reliant on your support to win your lane. If you got a good support, you may shit on lane and that'll be GG. If you've got a bad support, you know, and you can't farm, the game's over. You've lost. Like, you've flat out lost. And I'm not trying to pick on you to say that your CS was bad. Your CS was average. But, like, if you want to move up to the next level, your CS needs to be better. It needs to be, like, you know, you need to be pushing it up. You know, 30-minute game, 250 CS, every game. Every single game. You can get 250 CS in 30 minutes. You know, you're getting up to, like, diamond level CS levels. And it's gonna make a difference in every single game you play. So practice. You gotta practice. Go into game, and the only thing you should care about in that game is killing minions. If you don't sit and actively think about killing minions and thinking about which minion do I attack at this time, and when do I need to, you know, use a tumble to auto reset to get this extra minion and all that stuff, like, you know, you've got to actively think about it, because the problem is if you don't actively think about it and you just passively CS like everybody else does and you don't think about it, you're not actually ever going to get any better at it.
Okay.
Alright, who's next? Dude, Chichin. Chichin, my main problem with you is that at times it feels like you're not in control of your character. Genuinely, it feels like, you know, you've taken your hands off the keyboard and mouse and you're just like staring at the screen and you're not actually clicking anything. There's nothing to do with the lag. I can guarantee you his ping is lower than what I used to be on, and lag doesn't affect the amount of inputs that you can click. It will affect
your channel.
how long those inputs take to reach the server, but not the amount of them. Like, it's the simplest thing that you can do to become a better player, Chishin, is right-click more. Right-click more. You're probably right-clicking like once every 1 or 2 seconds. It looks like you're barely thinking about clicking. You click every now and then. Every now and then. Like, you go watch a stream. Do you watch fucking QEpie when he's playing AD carry, clicking every now and then? No, he's clicking like 2 or 3 times a second. Even when he's doing nothing, he's clicking 2 or 3 times a second. When he's in lane, by himself farming, he's clicking 2 or 3 times a second. And then when he gets into an intense situation, he's still clicking 2 or 3 times a second. He's already at that level. What's really difficult in a game is to step up from doing nothing. You know, if you're used to, and you're in that moment and just used to clicking once every 2 seconds, and then you're put into a mechanically intense situation, it's a panic to suddenly go from clicking like to like that. Like, you're gonna panic, and when you panic, you fuck things up. That's the same as everyone. When people panic, they screw it up. Shit happens, and you don't do what you want to do because you're not prepared. It's the exact same reason why StarCraft 2 players, when a StarCraft 2 player starts the game, what does he do? He hotkeys his drones, he clicks on minerals, and he builds a drone, and then just does nothing, right? He's just waiting. And you'll watch a StarCraft 2's APM during that time, it will be 200 APM. He will be spamming the shit out of his buttons for no other reason than to keep his hands active, so that when he needs to be in an APM intensive, micro intensive situation, he's already there. So maybe you go like 20 seconds, and then I'm going to ask any of the mentors, and they've got like a minute.
What?
So we say you wanted to say something.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I know a lot about like training stuff, and generally, like, whenever we did training in the military, regardless of what we were doing, we always trained all the time like we were playing a real game, or like we were really doing whatever we were doing. And you have to do that all the time if you want it to be consistent. So that way, when you're actually in a situation, you actually are able to do it better. You don't have to think about it. You're just able to do it. If you're constantly clicking all game, you're used to it. You're always used to doing that. So then the next time something like that happens, you're not even thinking about it. You're just doing it. Like that's basically like you're trying to get muscle memory into doing it. So.
All right. Well, I guess I have something. Honestly, like, I think your spatial awareness needs a lot of work too, because it seems like you're not able to. You either aren't able to, or you don't keep track of the locations of your own teammates or the enemies appropriately. It's as if you're looking constantly just at one place at what you're doing instead of constantly looking around to see your enemies and making sure your positioning's correct. Like, I don't know, it's just the feeling I get from watching you, because you always seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or not moving appropriately with the flow of a team fight.
If I may, on the clicking thing. I spam clicks a lot, but I think it needs to be taken in moderation as well, because a lot of AD carries I see who just like spam clicks and like do all that shit, they auto attack cancel a lot because of it, because they're not following the flow of shit. So like even when I play AD carry, I right click one champion and then I just make sure I'm moving behind them, and I orb walk and all that shit. Like I understand clicking and all that shit, but I just think it should also be taken in moderation, and you should also watch what you're doing instead of, because I feel like if you spam clicks on minions and you spam clicks or buttons on things, it fucks up this game pretty hard. Even with me, it was like 60 ping. I auto attack cancel when I spam too hard, and I have to think about it and actively be aware that if I click, I have to let shit go and let, you know, all that. So while you can do that, make sure that you're timing it with like how fast your auto attacks are going and how fast your champion's moving and whatnot.
If you practiced enough, you would know which situations you can right click a shit ton on, or you need to A click. You don't have to only spam click. You can be like I said, a river. You can flow in different directions. You can use different techniques to try and get easier ways to kill somebody.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's move on to gist. Has anyone got anything they want to bring up?
Don't pick Lulu.
I didn't really see any
I
glaring
would say
issues,
don't
honestly.
build McHale's in this game as well. Like
With just actual play though, I didn't see any real glaring issues. Did you?
I don't know. He didn't really stand out to me.
That's exactly it though.
Yeah.
Why should I not pick Lulu into Thresh when Lulu like negates Thresh's kick?
Actually, Historica,
Hmm.
you have the stats on whether Lulu is a counter anymore, right?
Yeah, Lulu's bad against like everything now.
She used to be a counter.
Yeah, but not anymore. But yeah,
Why is she bad?
her stats are too low, and she can't cast enough spells to make up for it.
I'd rather talk about the play rather than the pick, because I don't have an issue with
Yeah.
the pick.
Right. I'm gonna bring up something more with the team comps. Okay, you've got Team Red here with like 3 assassins and very little front line. And you've got Team Blue here with lots of tanks and very little damage. And most of their damage is magical. And most of their shit is AoE. So here you are as Lulu on Team of Squishy People against Team of AoE low damage. And you're saying, I'm going to pick up a McHale's and I'm going to save one person. Whereas I think if you went Locket, you could save more people because the enemy's team's damage is just that low and is that AoE centric.
Yeah, I can see the logic in McHale's because they have a Lissandra, they have a Thresh, they have an Ashe. But yeah, the AoE magic damage is just pretty damn phenomenal from blue team. Just I think with Lulu as a champion, you have to practice a lot because Lulu's kit is like complex, okay? Lulu's decision making is complex because you have a large variety of different abilities that you can use in different situations. And usually when it comes down to support Lulu, if you don't use the right spell at the right time, the person you're supporting is gonna die. Vayne, your Ahri, whatever, they're gonna die. I didn't see very many polymorphs. Polymorph is probably Lulu's best anti kind of assassin, kind of anti stop killing my person ability. I didn't see that very often. I mean, you shielded a lot, fine. Using the ult, you had some good ones, and sometimes you ulted the wrong person. The person getting focused was not ulted, and the person who was getting ignored or was already in a safe position was getting ulted for some reason. Preferably, if you can, always try and ult after they've engaged, so you get the knockup. They're already in there, they've got the slow applied on it, etc. It's just a case of like when you're playing Lulu, you've really got to think about, you know, examine the comp, examine the game as the game goes on. You tell yourself, who is the threat? Who is the person I am shutting down on their team? You know, Polymorphing Zac doesn't do shit because his ult still goes off while it's in. Polymorphing Malphite after his ult, it doesn't do anything, you know. Talking about, okay, if I polymorph Lysandra and she can't get her ult off, or she can't get her Zhonya's off, and we kill her in that time, you know, that's making a big difference. Last little point I want to make, there's kind of like 2 points in this, is, well, this is kind of a minor-ish one, but I'd still say it's important, is start Q at level 1, don't start E. Starting E is the exact same, putting you in a situation that Candy is in, where you're trying to not lose the lane, so you start a defensive shield. Like, you want to win the lane, be proactive. Start Q, harass a level 1, start bullying them. Start, you know, you can hit 6 minions with Q, it's a great shoving tool. What is the first rule of laning in League of Legends? Get level 2. How do we get level 2? We shove hard at our opponents. How do we shove hard at our opponents? We Q the wave, while also hopefully simultaneously harassing the enemy AD carry. Get a 2 for 1, and like you're already in a great position to hit 2, force an all in because Lulu's level 2 damage is silly, and just snowball the lane from there.
Was my play mechanically bad?
Your play? Which play?
In laning phase.
No, you weren't mechanically bad. I'm saying it's about opportunities and taking the initiative and, you know, actively trying to win the game instead of actively waiting for your opponent to make a mistake so that they lose the game, you know. You can win a game without actually contributing anything. Like, your opponent can just lose the game without you doing anything, but that's not how you become a better player. You become a better player by actively trying to win. Okay. Anyone else got like a minute if they want to mention something? Or rather, if you want to mention something, you have like a minute.
I like turtles.
Very informative.
Noted.
Added to the dank memers watch list. You've been warned, Bucko.
Maybe we should do jungle next.
Sure.
Does anyone want to come in on either of the junglers?
I know personally the very first thing that I fucked up. I realized it at like level 5 or 7 or something after I had already done it because I wasn't paying attention. I fucking maxed W instead of E. And that screwed me out. That actually screwed me out of 2 knockups at least that I would have hit.
Yeah. Yeah, maxing E is important as that because it gives you the extra range.
I went into like fucking ARAM autopilot mode and that was a fuck up on my part.
I want to know why the Kazakhs didn't gank anywhere at any time.
I just didn't think that any of my lanes were pushed up too much. Like we were doing good, and that's why. Because usually, like the best time to gank is when they're up to our turret almost.
Top lane got shoved in quite a bit early.
Yeah, top lane got shoved in. The only lane I saw shoved in permanently was top lane because of the Alawi. But like, also, I'm not gonna give you shit for your runes since you only have 2 rune pages.
Oh, on Kha'Zix, may I introduce you to your new Lord and Savior, Storm Raider Surge?
That's good on Kha'Zix. It's probably the best champion I've seen utilize it. It's great for chasing, great for escaping.
Also, you get greedy a lot and tower dive. You tower dive the Malphite that had like 2 armor items.
Yeah.
And you had no armor pen and died. You stayed under tower when trying to kill the Thresh that flashed away. Like stood there a little longer than you should have. Died. All the other times you died were team fights. Could have like, I don't know, counter jungled the Zac early level because he was pretty low red buff. Like Zac doesn't have that much sustain early level. Do, but I don't know why downside was like at 200 health at red buff. I don't know, that was like bad leashing or something.
No, that like I was fine, dude.
Were you? I remember you were like at 200 health at red buff.
It's just because I didn't save my smite for it, but either way, I like Zach has plenty of sustain once he gets going in the jungle. I would have been okay.
From an isolated Kha'Zix gank.
No, but in that situation, it wouldn't matter how much else I had. I still would die. Like if Kha'Zix, if you're getting invaded and you've already started a buff, you're fucked. It doesn't matter. So.
Well, I would say Navy is
try to like counter jungle as well. Like Zach was ganking a lot because his lanes were pushed up. You should have like been like, oh Alawi, you're super fucking far ahead, or like
Can you
warded
shut
for
up?
him while
Like,
you
you're
get
not
the
even-
scuttle crab or something. Because Zach can just jump over the fucking wall.
Damn it. Come on, you beat me to it. Against weaker jungle duelists, Kha'Zix can absolutely terrorize them. Because they're obviously constantly isolated in the jungle, right? And Kha'Zix's damage on isolated targets is obscene. If you would have invaded the Zac constantly, you would have set him ridiculously far behind.
Okay.
Like, Zac cannot duel a Kha'Zix to save his life.
I've got a question to pose to you, Navy, which
Yeah.
is, in a team fight, what is your number one priority as a Kha'Zix?
Go for the ADC.
No.
The lowest health.
Kind of. What do you want? What do you want from a team fight? What is the one thing that Kha'Zix wants?
A kill.
The answer is
Yeah,
resets.
a reset. You want a reset. If you don't get a reset, you know, you're just not doing much.
What are resets?
So when
you
you
know how
have...
your evolved E resets the leap every
Oh,
time
yeah,
you
yeah,
get a
yeah,
kill
yeah.
assist?
So that allows you to snowball a fight. You get one kill in a fight which causes you to reset, you can snowball that fight potentially completely out of control. Or, because you're a squishy assassin, it gives you an escape out of the fight to potentially re-enter later to clean up. Your issue in this fight, in this game, for me, was mostly is your team fighting was, I'm a melee character, I'm just gonna run into the throng of like, you know, like butt sex that was the enemy team's fucking composition, which was just initiate and go ham, and you just ran into that every time. As a Kha'Zix, you need to be flanking, get into good positions to look for low health targets. Ideally, you want an isolated target. If you can't get an isolated target, just someone who's really low. You get really low, you don't need isolation to kill them. Leap in, get the kill. And I'll spend a quarter of a second and look, evaluate, who's next? Is there an opportunity? Am I in a bad position? Leap back out. Is there another low HP person? Jump on them, get another kill. Now we're back in the same situation, quarter of a second. You know, think. Right, what's next? Is there any more people? How's the team fight going? Evaluate. That is basically Kha'Zix's basic thing. You find an opportunity, take your opportunity, get the kill, evaluate your next decision, make your decision, you know, and every time you get a reset, it's really important to have that evaluation step, else you will just leap somewhere. We don't know where we're leaping, it's just somewhere. It might be good, it might be bad. But, you know, you need to be consistently on the ball with how you treat your reset leap. So, like, look for a flank. Don't be sitting with your team. Kind of sit in a brush. Sit behind the wall so you can just jump over. Try and get behind the enemy team. All their team's going to go ham. Thresh, Liss, Zac, Malphite, all going to go ham. Ash is going to be sat at the back, pew-pewing away. You get behind her, you're going to fucking kill her in like half a second because you're Kha'Zix. You know, you're just taking out their actual only DPS. You pretty much won the fight there and then.
Okay.
Oh, but if you want to talk, you've literally got 20 seconds.
Yeah, hold on.
15.
So the one thing with jungling that I just want to say is, like, if you see all your lanes shoved and you don't have really anything to do and you're uncomfortable shoving, just, like, ward and then try and predict where their jungler is going to be and find out where they are and be the one that does, like, the counter ganks and shit like that. Like, if all your lanes are shoved and winning, just be like the guy who's like, I'm gonna be there to save them if they get ganked. Because, like, if you see like top super shove, go top and hang around top. Take golems, then hang out in that fucking tri-bush on red side or whatever. Just like be around for that if you're not comfortable going and like invading. If like that's the problem, or if you're not on a fucking thing on a champion that really does that. It's really good to do that kind of stuff. It's just an extra little proactive thing you can do. So you're not just AFK farming.
Alright.
No, we're moving on to downside now, because downside kind of self-feedbacked. Does anyone got anything they want to talk about with downside?
Stop having so many downs.
Well, he kind of said it. He fucking maxed W first.
Yeah, that was a major fuck up. And
That was my issue with him.
There was at least one kill and at least one, maybe not kill, but a knock up that I missed because of it.
Ganking top lane with Alawi, I think you should have like let Malphite ult it first, so you can get that secure knock up.
Again,
like
that was a situation where I was thinking as if I had E max and I didn't.
Oh.
That was a point where that was one of the knockups I was referring to. I'm well aware that I fucked that up, and that screwed up a couple of my ganks.
Like someone said earlier, take the fucking Thresh Lantern. It's a major gap closer, and then you'll have your flash and your E as like a free knockup and gap close. Know what you built that game. Fuck. And McKnight's frozen.
I built Aegis into Locket because Thresh, at the point where I got it, Thresh didn't have the gold to just outright buy the Aegis, and Ari was already snowballing, so that was a team-oriented buy. Normally, I probably would have gone for maybe Visage or maybe Dead Man's Plate, depending on situation at first. I also would have had my boots upgraded a little bit faster in a game that wasn't as negatively snowballing. Dude, Sunfire is horrible on Jungle Zac because you have fucking
I forget
Cinderhulk.
the build, but you can like fucking 1v1 dragon at level 4 or 5.
I wasn't gonna do that.
My mentoring is just pissing me off. You're just saying things.
What are these guys saying? No. I don't know how you did.
For me, downside,
for the E.
your gank selection was poor. Like, you went top so many times it hurt. Like, you've got a Malphite with no damage versus an Alawi who has like more base stats than fucking you can like. I don't even know. She's got like 8 teamers worth of base stats. You know, and she's like rush Mertreads. And you don't really have much damage either. Like, you're pretty good at like doing, you know, significant damage to squishies, but Alawi's not a squishy. She doesn't really care. Like, and you just channeled so much into top lane. Like, why do we want to snowballing Malphite? Who gives a fuck about Malphite? Malphite presses R and his relevancy is almost done. You know, okay, a huge Malphite is a cool thing, but like, I'd much rather have a huge Lysandra or a huge Ashe. You know, they're game winners. Ooh, huge ass. Yeah, but like Lysandra and Ashe being fed are game winners. Like, Malphite is a potential, maybe if he gets a good engage, will win a fight kind of fed champion. I mean, he's not as reliable as a damage dealer. Like, your bot lane is a dream ganking lane. It's Thresh Ashe. It's beautiful. Like trying to get that coordination down, and like, and mid as well. Mid just should have been free as fuck. Like, you've got List. You just have to like flash R and you combo together, and it's like easy. So yeah, just think about it. Just evaluate. It's all about evaluation. You don't like, you can evaluate as a jungler. You should like, champions loading screen is the best time for a jungler to go, okay, right, so I'm playing this jungle matchup, which means X, and this is a favorable matchup here, and this is a really good ganking lane here, and you know, you can just look at the comps and you can think about so much, and you can put a plan together. You can start thinking about, right, who am I going to prioritize? Who's important to shut down on the enemy team? You know, if I get a 2v2 in top lane at level 3, who's going to win? You know, did you ask yourself that question at the loading screen? I bet you didn't. I asked myself that question at the loading screen when I play jungle because you have to know. If I'm gonna like do a standard route and go top and get in a 2v2 with the enemy jungler and top laner, you know, and I'm playing fucking a Mumu jungle with a Vlad, and they're playing like Riven Lee Sin. You know, if I didn't think about that and just blindly gank that, get counter ganks, I've killed the Vlad or killed myself and completely ruined his lane. And pretty much lost the game from there on out because I didn't spend 1 second during load screen thinking. So, you know, load screen is a great time for a jungler. Don't let it just sit there. Don't, you know, be active in it. Think, engage brain. Jungle is the biggest decision-making role in the game, and that requires you to be active in your thoughts and not playing the game like a fucking zombie, like most people do. Most people who play League just play like a zombie. They do the same things they do every single game, and yeah, you can't do that as jungle. Okay, let's move on to top lane.
Top lane was started with, wasn't it?
No.
No,
Still
it's the only one we haven't covered.
We started mid to bot to jungle. I don't know if the Dorn shield was a nice pickup for Malphite because Alawi generally harasses you with Q and pulling your soul out with her E. So I don't know if a cloth and potions would have been better for that because I don't know how her E works because you got E to
Flask.
Flask against Alawi.
Malphite should generally go Flask. His mana problems are absolutely horrendous and crippling early on.
Oh yeah, but you're always going to be shoved in. Unless you're going to be spamming for the wave.
You're going to have to wave clear though, because your ability to clear early on, or harass, or even fight back early on is limited by your mana. You can't just allow them to walk all over you as Malphite, but you can't like fight them either without mana.
Blast or clock, because I don't know how the fuck her E works. I don't know if it counts as a basic attack or just a fucking thing. But I think that would have been a better pickup.
Not clock, you go Flask, because here's what happens, right? You run to lane, you fight each other, right? You run to lane, or you wait around, you do some CS, and you fight each other again, and that just keeps happening over and over again until one thing happens. Malphite runs out of mana, and now he's lost lane. Like his lane's over because Alawi's mana costs are like minuscule in comparison. She's a juggernaut, which basically means she doesn't have mana costs, because that's what Riot decided. Oh, we're a juggernaut. You basically have no reason to manage any resource whatsoever because you have lots of base stats for being slow. So yeah, you don't go with like Crystal Flask. It's also just better trades combined with, you know, Thingy of the Undying. I can't remember its name now. Grasp of the Undying. You should get good trades off. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to interject. Okay, no. I can talk more.
Please do.
Paha, I don't really understand why you kept kind of just standing there and taking it on very low health. In multiple occasions, you just kind of died. Like, I could have legitimately asked the question, "Are you AFK?" You know, it was kind of bad. I don't understand it. I feel like because you felt like she pulled your soul or whatever, that you were gonna die. Her pulling your soul will never kill you. It doesn't matter if you have 10 health or 1,000,000 health. It cannot kill you, because when she pulls your soul, the soul that's pulled has the exact same health as you do. So when she deals 10 damage to it and you've got 10 health, it deals 6 damage to you or whatever the ratio is. So you still have health left. Okay, you have to dodge the tentacles, but you know, you're not actually in a position to die. So if she pulls you and you're on low health, like, it's better to run away and play like the tentacle dodging minigame like fucking whack-a-mole than it is to just stand there and let her pummel you until she kills you.
Also, is it sometimes better to just all in fight her? Certain situations it's better if when she pulls your soul, you're supposed to fight her, right?
Yeah, but what's important is that you don't get AoE'd. Because if she like pulls a soul and then Qs you and the soul, like she's doing a lot of extra damage to you. So like try and force her into trying like using her abilities on just the soul, and then you just pummel her at the side.
Okay.
In general, Paha, it's not a good matchup. You're not gonna kill her. She has, you know, she's just gonna be there and be annoying and stuff. Like in a situation as Malphite where you have a bad lane matchup, things like Vlad, things like Ilaoi, things like I don't know, like Darius. Darius is kind of unmanageable early. You play around your teleport. Okay, you've got an incredible gank. You've got an incredible teleport gank with ult. Play around your teleport. Don't teleport back to lane. You know, don't do that shit. Like, let's use our teleport to teleport bot lane and just fucking ult a bitch. You're gonna have much more successful results that way. If you just use your teleport on cooldown to go back to lane because you're getting bullied, like, Alawi will still have hers up, she can make plays around the map, and you're just gonna fucking fall further and further and further behind. If she's guaranteed to kill the soul, it's better to get out of range as soon as possible, because if she kills the soul, you get the debuff anyway, and you also took a bunch of extra damage, so... Easiest thing to do, Power, is to communicate with your team. Like, if you tell bot lane, get a deep ward in, or even tell the jungler, get a deep ward in, you know, and they do that, then you know, at least you've got the opportunity there, and if you don't make it. There was one TP where you TP'd into bot lane, like, Tribush, and then just stood there and then walked away. And I think downside, like, fought, and it was like a really, really, really sloppy fight. But yeah, like, talk to your team. If you want to gank bot lane, tell the support to put a deep ward in that you can teleport behind them. Teleport behind them, you're gonna have much more success. Onto the Alawi side of things. Has anyone got anything they want to talk about for Alawi?
Not much. I felt like Alawi did most of the right things at least against the Malphite. And I mean, it was not like a tough lane for her. So like, doing the right things doesn't really like mean like as much as I like to say it does, but like, he did a really great like job in team fights. A huge ultimate that won them the 4v5. Like, holy shit, dude. Keep doing that. What else?
Yeah, I felt like Thresh kept throwing the hook at me, so gonna pull me into the team.
I mean, you did what you were supposed to do. You just stood in the middle of everybody, and then you fucking like, you tanked everything. You drew aggro from everybody. I don't know, did anyone else notice anything different?
For me, it's why I said to Rake applies a lot to you, so I feel bad for repeating all the feedback, but you had a free lane, and you were 16 CS above the Malphite. Again, when you've got a free lane, like, why are you missing CS? You need to combine, you know, you need to be practicing. If you can play the same lane as you did there, get all the same harassing, and also get perfect CS, Rake would have had 1,000 more gold, you would have had, you know, 2,000 more gold. That's basically an item.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't actually in top lane a whole lot past like 15. I felt like I was just doing things around the map and working.
Yeah, well...
But yeah, CS, definitely.
Again, like, well, I kind of said this to Paha, but if you play around your teleport more, don't use teleport just to get back to the lane for the sake of it, right? You can stay in lane and get all that juicy CS, also pressure top lane, and you can still be with your team essentially. You don't have to roam around the map with your team if you teleport up. You know, you're gaining CS, you're gaining a bigger advantage over your lane opponent, and you're also doing what you were already doing. So you're basically just gaining gold. You're gaining gold by losing a tiny bit of gold by not instantly teleporting back into the lane. So okay, so you lose 2 or 3 creeps by not teleporting back into the lane, and then that pressure that you kind of get, as well as also just farming for like another 2 minutes instead of roaming around the map, that gains you way more gold, and it forces the enemies, you know, it screws with them because they have to send someone top and they teleport into a 5v4, etc, etc. Outside of regardless of champion picks, top lane is very much about your ability to use teleport effectively. I don't know if anyone else has else to add. I don't want to I just want to mention, you had a really good game. You did play really solidly. I don't want to take that away from you. It's just these little things, you know. You need to always be trying to push yourself further. A good game doesn't matter. You need to be thinking about, right, what's next? How do I make my good game into a great game? How do I make my great game into a 1v5 carry when the rest of my fucking retarded silver teammates are all degenerates and are all like 0 and 10, and you still win the game because you literally 1v5 carry? You know, that's what you need to be trying to aim for.